Okay, guys. Well, welcome in. Thanks for everybody coming in. We've already got probably like 10 to 15 people on. Um, you know what? Let me give you guys, would you guys want to see the number of how many total people we have um, set up? Let me share how many people we have already. This is pretty exciting. How many different people you guys are going to be working with, which I'm excited. I know that. Let me go in here. So we have right now, we've raised 631,000 and we have a total of 38 people, 38 different people. So awesome. Going to be a really cool group to invest with. So really excited to get you guys in. So timing, that's the biggest thing. We'll lead off there. We are super close. So the biggest thing, guys, is next week, there's going to be two kind of big steps or milestones we do next week is signing the operating agreement is one. Number two is wiring your funds. Okay. So be ready for that for next week. And the cool thing is if we can get everybody to sign it and wire their funds next week, then we will be ready to lift off and basically start funding and doing deals. So potentially by the end of, I would like to have it all done next week to where we hit the ground on, that would be like a week from Monday, to where we're ready to start doing deals. So a couple more timelines. And again, this is, guys, don't completely hold me this. This is our first fractional raise. I'm still learning as I go from fractional, from Stella and our point of contact, Kyle. They've been awesome to work with. But what we could do is next week, while we're getting everybody's funds in, we can go ahead and present the deals. Okay. So we can start presenting some deals and start voting, or at least I could present deals so everybody can ask any questions, because you can't actually vote until everybody's funds in and the fractional thing is completed, right? Like the operating agreement is done. Everyone has their shares. That's when we can vote on distributing funds. Okay. So my thought is next week, I'll be presenting a couple deals to you guys to where you guys have already seen some of them, but I'll kind of present them, make sure you guys understand them, answer any questions. A big part of this is you guys understanding what's going on and learning. And I'll make this point. We'll be doing those Zooms so you guys can ask questions, get going. But what I won't be able to do is do that Zoom and then have 100 other questions after the fact, right? Like I want you guys to come to the Zoom and we can kind of find a time that works for everybody, or do our best, but it will be recorded. But it's really important that people come to those Zooms because I want to answer everybody's questions at the same time. And it's really important for me, for you guys to understand how we're doing, how we're making decisions, how we're underwriting. Like I want to show you a lot of those stuff, but I got to have as many people as we can on that call. And if you guys do half as good as you're doing today with everybody on here, we're doing awesome. So I think we'll be fine. There, I just saw Sandy come in too. Lots of people on here. So good to see you. But the crazy part is Ashley was just trying to get like everybody's like hat sizes, so we could get you guys hats and check in on like some of you guys have free tickets to the Revive Summit. And it's like she can't get people to even reply to a text message. So if you guys haven't replied to Ashley, please reply to her so we can get her what she needs. But definitely going to need everybody's support to vote. The biggest thing is to vote, right? We can't move forward unless we have at least 50% vote and get a 51% majority. So that's first and foremost. Secondly, it's really important for me. I've got a lot of feedback from you guys that, hey, we want to learn. We're doing this because we want to learn how to fix and flip it. We want to be a partner. We want to build out our track record. But some people are like, I don't just want the track record. I actually want to understand it. But when we do the Zooms, those are great opportunities for you guys to come in and ask questions. I want to be realistic with potentially 50 plus investors. Like I've got to have everybody on the Zoom asking questions. Then I can't do 100 different one-on-one calls. Okay. So you guys could probably all understand that, but don't get me wrong. You can see me smiling. I'm super excited to share with you guys so you guys understand it and get the experience. Okay. So those are things to expect. Let me kind of recap for some of the people who just hopped on. We've raised about 630,000 to date, and it's still open. I can actually still raise. I'm going to get to that in a second. But next week we will be starting to request your funds to be sent. All right. We'll be working with fractional, and then we'll also be signing the operating agreement. Everybody will sign that at once. Okay. So the one little thing that can cause a lag time, I know some of you guys are using self-directed IRAs. Which is completely fine. I know I see Carolyn. This is awesome. I think it's a great idea. If you guys aren't using your self-directed IRA, you should consider it. I think it's great. But you'll just have to be on top of it. And if you guys have done it before, it's like there's a couple extra steps for you guys. Like the guys who are just using it from their personal account or their business, like you could just wire the funds and it'll be easy. It's just a couple more steps to the self-directed IRA. So just make sure you guys are on top of it. And you know what you could even do, Carolyn or anyone else, you could proactively reach out this week and be like, hey, I'm planning to do this deal next week. What all because typically they've got a list of documents they need. I'm going to go off memory, but what we will be able to show them is a operating agreement, a JV agreement, and that should be good. At times, sometimes we'll have like promissory notes as well. So those are the documents that we should have, be able to provide to them, but see if there's anything else they need to be able to fund. Those are kind of the main big ones. But those are the only ones that I could see kind of causing some delays next week. According to Fractional. Fractional just said it's just sometimes a matter of getting everybody's funds in. So definitely be ready to go, move funds at some point next week. I can't promise you it'll be right away on Monday, but we'll be planning to be funding next week. That's a quick recap. Another update is, yes, we are still raising. And as you guys saw, I had a cool, did anybody hear my Zoom a couple weeks ago on the fact that I want to help you guys go to base camp, and we're going to be giving away 4 spots. Some of you guys have been helping with it. I know. Yep. Carolyn's had a couple. Me and Ashley were just talking about you, Carolyn. Carolyn's did a good job of referring some people. Koenig. Yes. Koenig was also helping us too. So if Koenig's watching the recording, he's been doing a good job on it too. But guys, anyway, the point I'm making is here's one thing I want to ask you guys too. You don't have to all reply here. But if you guys can, let me think of the best way to reach out to Ashley. If you're still interested, you know what? I'll have Ashley send an email out to everybody. But if you're interested and can make the dates and go up to our base camp, the dates are July 24th through the 26th. So we're about 3 or 4 weeks away. But if somebody's interested to come up there and be able to see my team, see how we work, see how we do our strategy session, like this is going to be like the coolest experience you guys are ever going to see, because you're going to see my team planning, get to see like how we kind of bond as a team, get to go see our fix and flips, get to see our big multifamily. It's going to be really cool. So if you guys can make that, let me know who's interested, because I want to get a list of who's interested. And then I'm going to kind of talk to you guys who are interested. I want to set you guys up for success, because if you guys can help me with a little bit of referrals, then I want to make it happen for anybody who wants to go. So if you're interested in going, then let me know. And if you can't go, but you're super interested and those dates don't work, let me know, because I'd love to try to create an opportunity for you later in the year when I'm, and it won't be all my team there, but at least we could try to set up a ride along when I'm up in Wyoming checking on things. I just thought of this. One other cool event we do is we sponsor a big giveaway at the University of Wyoming football game. We're actually doing that September. It's around September 13th. It's actually when Wyoming plays Utah. We actually do this cool promotion where they go out, a couple of people go on the field and try to throw a football through a little house. It's a big WYO house thing, and they can win a big prize. So anyway, I go up there. You get to go see Laramie and see some properties, and that could be that's another trip I have booked up to Laramie. So anyway, to summarize that, if you're interested in coming up to base camp, please, why don't you just do this? Send Ashley an email just to make sure, but I'm going to have Ashley reach out to you guys as well to double check, but let us know via email. And then I want to try to start to coordinate that. Okay. Those are the big ones. What questions do you guys have? To recap, I'm hoping funds start coming in next week. We can still keep raising up until then. And I'm still like, me and my team are behind the scenes. Like, there are so many people that were just like, they weren't action takers like you. They didn't like go, and they need a little bit of push or reminder, or it's just summer too, right? People are busy. Luckily you guys jumped in early. So anyway, we're focusing on that to get the last little bit raised. But again, guys, if we don't get to 1 million, we're still moving forward, and we've got the opportunity to the credit card. So that'll still take us over 1 million and then some. So don't be at all concerned about it. I'm not, but I want to give a little bit more time to help out a couple more people get into it. All right, let's go to Q&A. Those are the big ones I wanted to hit on today. You guys could pop it in the chat, or you can come off mute while somebody's thinking. I'll talk a little bit longer. Because the biggest thing I wanted to touch today, guys, is do a touch point to where, because I've had a lot of questions like, hey, we're ready. I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, we're ready to go. We're ready to invest. When do I move my money? So again, that's looking like next week you'll be able to move funds, and we'll get this thing kicked off and moving on. And then I don't know exactly how that sort of communication goes, but I know Fractional will be involved. So expect email communication from Fractional to do that, but I'll make sure and keep you guys updated. Another big thing, guys, if you aren't, I believe I'm sure there's a way to get notifications on the Fractional. We're doing lots of updates there, but we'll try to also update everything in the WhatsApp group. I'll just get Ashley in a habit of, if we put something on the fractional community that will also put that same update in the WhatsApp group. But as we get going on this, guys, you'll see, like, as we're talking about deals, like, this is where I'm going to be able to help communicate with you guys, and you can ask questions, because a big part of this is going to be like, hey, why did we do that? Or what's going on here? Or let's see the before and after pictures. Like, I want to be able to involve you guys in the process. And we're working on the exact sort of communication platform for that. But for now, make sure you're, we'll try to put everything on both WhatsApp and the fractional community, so you guys are updated.
Hey, Casey, how are you?
Hey, Susan. Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. Listen, I'm just never been involved in something that does the voting. I'm not. Is that like a quizaroo, or how does that happen? How are you? Can you talk through your plan for the votes?
Yeah, so we will. That'll be something we could do. So to recap, once all the funds are in the LLC is signed and created, then we can take a vote. So I'm going to present the deal to you guys ahead of time, and then I'll let you guys know in and go how to vote. So I assume it's through, I haven't done it yet myself, so I'll be learning like you guys, but I assume you go in through the fractional side and you'll be able to cast your vote, and it'll keep track of everybody. And we got to get a 50% of people have to vote, and we have to get a 51% majority to move forward on a deal.
Casey, I might be able to help with fractional voting because I'm in another fractional.
Oh, nice. Is that how you did it? Did you go through fractional, or did they use like a
Yeah. So in fractional, in the, like, when you log in, you have like the community, so it'll be Revive Club, and then you'll have a post. So Casey, you'll have like a post on it, and then on the bottom of the post it'll say vote, and it'll say yes or no, and then you just vote in there and submit your vote. It's super simple.
Perfect. Okay. Nice.
Good. Thank you.
Then. Yeah. Hopefully that helps.
Perfect. Good. Thanks, Sam. What else, guys? Try to think of a question somebody might be thinking but not asking.
Yeah, as you know, like, I've been out of the loop a little bit. And as far as the credit card part, where is the best place for me to catch up on deciding if that's a good move forward for myself?
Yeah, great question. So that'll be more updating. I want to get a really full list of who we got, and that way I can give you guys a little bit more clarity on that. But at that point, it's going to be sort of, we'll prioritize based on investment amount. But yeah, I'm just going to do a dedicated webinar to that. Like, hey, here are the steps. Here's what we need to do, and kind of get people going. But that would probably be a next week or the following week question. And I'll get you guys. But again, I'm going to walk you through the steps, and then the next step will be introducing you guys to my Chase contact for people who are interested. But yeah, I'll do the Zoom, that way, the webinar, that way you can like kind of make the decision on, hey, do I want it? Because it's optional, right? Nobody has to do it.
What date do you think you're going to end up needing the money by?
I would be ready by Monday. It'll be some point next week, but be ready by Monday. And if you guys have a timing thing and you're not ready Monday, let me know. And but definitely have it ready by next week. I wouldn't wait till Friday, preferably. Please don't wait till Friday. But yeah, next week. But if you don't hear something, to be clear though, if you don't hear something on Monday, you're like, Casey, I'm not sure what, like, we will communicate via fractional, like, when to start sending money. But I would just say on your side, if you guys could have things ready to go Monday, that'll help us move faster. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask about base camp. Is that in Utah or in Wyoming?
Ooh, good question. Both. You'll fly into Salt Lake City, and that's where the nearest and that's what makes it super easy. All right, we're going to go see our buddy Chris up there in Salt Lake. So beautiful city. We'll fly in there, and then where we're staying is in Evanston, which is about an hour away, and that's where a bunch of our assets are. But we're kind of planning some like outdoor activities. We haven't decided if we're going to be on the Utah side or the Wyoming side for our activity. Might be both as well. But a lot of like the team strategy stuff will be over in Wyoming.
So I'm just looking at my schedule to see if I could make it work for the end of the month.
Yes. Yeah, so plan, ideally, we'll call it the train is going to leave. I'll send more updates, but our plan was like the train would leave on, like, when I say the train, be our car. So, because part of it, I want you guys to be able to like hang out, ride along with me, ask questions. Would be leaving like Thursday afternoon, I'd say. And then you could fly back ideally fly back Sunday. But again, if you guys have plans or conflicts, like, we can absolutely. Well, plus it's not that far. It's like an hour to get. If you got to go back, if you got to come late or come early, you could still make it work.
Okay. I'm going to look and see if I can get my schedule arranged. I'm interested in coming.
Awesome. Yes. So anybody else who's interested in coming up for base camp. Highly recommend it. And then just kind of let me know, and then we'll talk a little bit more one-on-one, but I just want, where you guys could help bring me value is helping us with referrals. And then, anyway, I committed to doing the top 4, that raised the most. But I'd be willing to entertain more going, because I wouldn't want to not let somebody come who was like really wanted to be there and was really willing to help. Because I think it's going to be such a cool opportunity. But again, it won't be the last one. So if you guys can't make it, don't be like, oh man, I'm gonna quit Revive Club because I can't make the date and I can't go to base camp. We'll find another date for you guys. Cool. Who else?
I have a question. I signed up under a LLC with me and my brother. We're partners on it. How do I get them access to all this stuff? Do I just give them the fractional link? And
yeah, they'll just be, I don't think there's a way to give like 2 separate links, but yeah, just share your access to everything. If it's you and him, that would be the best way to do it. And that's a really good point too. I know a lot of people who maybe aren't on this recording, or maybe are. If you signed up through your self-directed IRA or signed up through your personal, that's not a big deal. Like when we go to fund next week, again, I haven't gone through it, but what I'm told is they're going to ask what LLC you want to be part of the LLC. What LLC do you want to be to hold the share, right? And you can choose that, and the money will come from that. So if money came from your personal account, but you want to use the self-directed IRA, that's okay. They'll refund your credit card or whatever you paid for to get in, and then you will wire the full 10,000, 20, 50, whatever you do. You'll wire that from whatever operating account that you want to use. So don't get hung up if you guys signed up as your personal, but you want to do your LLC, just next week, you'll be able to tell fractional, this is how I want it set up. Love the participation. This is awesome. Lots of people on here. Reminds me.
how close are you guys to snowboarding? Because I'm going to have to do business trips out there.
Oh yeah, dude, you're in the heart of it right there. I mean, we're going to pretty much drive through Park City on the way out from Salt Lake to Evanston. So I think
I live in Hawaii, but I'm addicted to snowboarding.
There you go. Yeah, we're like 58 miles from Park City. It's pretty high end, one of the best, right, Chris? Some of the best skiing and snowboarding in the country, right? Maybe in the world.
Yep, that's exactly right. Best snow on earth.
There you go. Right there, right between Salt
Can
Lake.
I be addicted to Hawaii?
I won't be skiing. Not on this base camp. Maybe a winter base camp. We'll see. I like it though. Any other ones, guys? We can kind of wrap up here again. Just look out for more emails and updates. So maybe I'll recap. Be ready to have funds ready for next week. Be ready to hear more updates on like deals and underwriting and all the stuff that goes into that next week as well. So we can be ready to vote on. We will vote as soon as all the funds are in and you sign all the docs. And then we are still actively raising between now and then. So if you're working on your referrals, don't give up. Keep it going. A couple of you guys have done a great job with that. Michael Koenig, Carolyn, to name a few. And lastly, if you guys are interested in attending base camp, please let Ashley know so we can kind of talk through what logistics look like for that. And then lastly, I know we're going to see some of you guys this weekend at Revive Summit. So it's going to be really good. I know Herbert's going to be there. Carolyn's going to be there. Who else is coming this weekend? Anybody else I missed? I know a lot of you guys were hoping to be there. But even if you're not there, I'm sure you'll have serious FOMO. But don't worry, we'll post lots of content on it to make you feel even worse. But also maybe you can live vicariously through it and see it. But there are going to be more, so don't worry on that. And as you guys know, if some of you guys are getting a ticket, you guys can redeem that at a future one. So we're getting all geared up for that. So excited to see some of you guys this weekend.
Thanks, Casey.
All right, guys, let's wrap up there. I'll send the recording out too. Talk to you guys more next week.
Thanks, Casey.
See ya.
Thanks, Case.